No lesson today, and also I'm not going to talk about English learning. Oh my god. Today, just a little chat about a trip I'm going to take. So this is very relaxed listening practice only for you. So that's all. No big English lessons or philosophy of learning or this time. Okay, so, and this is Hiroshi's suggestion, by the way. He is an Effortless English member. Hiroshi is Japanese. He is currently traveling in Argentina. He is in Buenos Aires right now, and I think he's going to Brazil next. So he's one of our members. He travels a lot. He always gives me great suggestions about improving the Effortless English Club. And one of his suggestions was that I do commentaries about my travels and my experiences. Because I travel a lot, and I also like to try lots of different, strange, interesting things. And Hiroshi thought it would be good listening practice for people to listen to me chat about my trips and chat about my experiences. Might be interesting for you, something interesting to listen to in English. Okay, so that's why I'm doing it, and I think it's a good suggestion. So today I'm going to talk about a trip I'm taking next week. In fact, I will be gone for 1 week traveling. I'm going on a hiking trip, a hiking and camping trip. When we say hiking in English, it means walking, but it means walking outdoors, usually in the mountains, and usually also camping. So I'm going on a 6-day hiking trip in the Sierra Mountains of California, and the high Sierra Mountains. The Sierra are very tall mountains in California. They run along the eastern side of California, from the bottom of the state up north to the north top of the state. Most of you probably have heard of Yosemite National Park. So Yosemite is in the Sierra Mountains. We will not be hiking in Yosemite National Park, but we will be close. We'll be south of Yosemite. So we're going to be hiking south of Yosemite in the Sierra Mountains, quite high up. I think he said, my friend Mike said 11,000 feet. So that's, I don't know, what is that? 3,500 meters or something like that. Maybe almost 4,000 meters. That's fairly high. We're going to hike for 6 days. Carry everything, carry our tents, carry our food, everything. Of course, we have to carry everything. There are no roads where we're going. And we're going to do a big loop. A loop is like a circle. So we'll start in one location, and then we're walking on a path. So not a road, just a path, a small path for walking. And we'll be in the mountains, going up and down mountains for 6 days, and make a big circle, and then we'll come back close to where we started. My friend Mike is going with me, so it will be me and Mike, and also one more guy, a friend of Mike's, who I don't know. I don't know him. So my friend Mike, he's a friend from high school. I've known Mike for a long time, since I was 15 years old, actually. We went to high school together. And now he lives in Seattle, and I live in San Francisco. But, you know, we email sometimes, we talk sometimes. And Mike called me, and he suggested this trip. He said, I want to go on this big hiking and camping trip. And he said, I've always wanted to go hiking in the California Sierras. So he asked me if I was interested. I said, yes, I'll do it. And so we've started planning the trip. And then Mike talked to one of his friends in Seattle. I don't even know the guy's name yet. I'll meet him next week. So anyway, he talked to his friend. His friend also said, yes, I want to go. So there'll be 3 of us. We'll be hiking. Now, on a long trip like this, 6 days hiking, there are some challenges, some difficulties. The first problem, of course, is you have to carry everything. There are no stores, there are no shops, nothing. So we'll be in the middle of the mountains. So we have to carry everything we need. And that means you have a big backpack. So you're going up and down the mountains, carrying, a very heavy backpack sometimes. So the challenge is to make your backpack as light as possible. So I have a backpacking philosophy called ultra light. Ultra means, a lot, and light, of course, means not heavy. So ultra light, I tried to go ultra light. I try to be as light as possible with my backpack because I want to enjoy walking. I want to enjoy the mountains. I don't want to suffer too much with a big heavy backpack. So some people, they have an opposite philosophy. I know some backpackers, they like to bring a lot of stuff. They want to be comfortable when they're camping and hiking. So they bring a lot of stuff, a lot of food. So it's nice when they're camping, they have little chairs. Sometimes they have really nice food. But on the other hand, when they're walking, they have to carry everything, and it's very heavy. So I think my friend Mike is more like that. He brings a heavier backpack. He wants to have really nice food while we're hiking and camping. And he wants to have a lot of equipment, so he brings a lot of clothes, so he'll be warm at night. Because it gets cold at night. Even now in the summer, it will get very cold at night in the high mountains. So he wants to be very warm and comfortable. But me, I want to be happy when I'm walking. Not too heavy. So I'm bringing just a little food. Enough, I think, but not too much. And it's very simple, like instant noodles, very light and simple. And protein bars and instant rice. That's my food. And I have a little tiny stove, very, very small and light. And I uses this gas, and I'll use that to cook. My backpack itself is also very light. It's kind of an extra light model for backpacking. So it doesn't have a lot. It just has it's very simple backpack and very lightweight. And I will not be bringing a lot of heavy clothes. I'm bringing warm clothes. I think they're warm enough. Usually like thick underwear, underwear that's extra warm. We call that long underwear or thermal underwear. Thermal meaning warm or heat. And thermal underwear means underwear that keeps heat, keeps you warm. Thermal underwear is great because it's light to carry, but it's quite warm. And then I'll have, a nice a shirt that dries quickly, not cotton. Never use cotton when you go hiking if it's going to be cold, because cotton will make you colder and colder, especially if it gets wet. When it gets wet, it makes you cold. So there's a phrase with campers and hikers, cotton kills. Cotton kills, right? If you wear a cotton shirt and cotton pants, and then you get wet, like it's raining maybe, or you're sweating, and then it starts to get cold, you can die, actually, especially if you get very wet. So anyway, no cotton for me on this trip. But I'll have a nice polyester shirt, kind of and then a warm pullover, like a little sweater, little jacket. And then I'll have a rain jacket, a Gore-Tex jacket. It's Gore-Tex is a company name, and it's keeps you warm and dry. Yeah. And then what else do I have? I use a tarp instead of a tent. So a lot of people use a tent when they camp. You all know what a tent is, right? You zip it up, you close it, you sleep inside. But it's heavy. Tents are heavy. So I use a tarp. A tarp is a piece of plastic, but there's no walls, no floor. It's open. So it protects you from the rain, right? You won't get wet. But the wind can come in through, and bugs, like mosquitoes, they can come inside. So that's the problem with a tarp. But on the other hand, a tarp is much lighter. So I'm using a tarp because I don't want to carry a lot. Okay, so then so we got food, we got our equipment. We have one other possible problem, hiking in the Sierras, and that problem is bears. There are bears in this part of the mountains. Big brown bears, I believe. Brown and black bears. And the bears, they have good noses, right? Their noses are very good. They can smell food from very far away. So sometimes hikers and campers get hurt because the bears come looking for food, and sometimes if the campers try to stop them, or the campers are between them and the food, the bears might attack them. So that's a problem. We don't want that to happen. So you can get something called a bear canister. A canister, it means kind of like a jar, J-A-R. It's a big one. And it has a strong top, and you put all your food in this jar, this big jar, this canister, and then you close it very tight, and the bear cannot get the food from inside it. Hopefully the bear can't smell the food inside it either, but sometimes they can smell it. But what you do at night when you're camping, you put all your food inside this canister. Also, you have to put toothpaste, brushing your teeth. They smell that. They think it's food. So you put that in the canister also. Deodorant, you use to make yourself smell good. Well, sometimes they think that's food too. You have to put that inside the canister. You put everything that smells in the canister. You close it tight. And then at night, you put it away from your tent. Right? You want it away from you. Because if they smell the food and try to get it, you don't want it in your tent. You don't want it next to you. That's when they attack you. So you put the bear canister, you put all the food kind of far away from your camp, far away from where you're going to sleep. So if the bears do come, they're not attacking you. They're just playing with the canister, trying to open it, and hopefully they can't. So that's our one. That's maybe the one difficult problem. Would possibly be bears. And I guess the last possible problem would be a snowstorm. Even in August, it's summer, of course, in California now, and it's warm. Even San Francisco right now is almost hot, and it's never hot here. But anyway, in the mountains, high up, it can get cold at night, almost 0 Celsius at night. So it's possible to get a little snow at night. Not usually, but it is possible. So we have to be prepared for a lot of different weather. It could be very hot during the day. So we could be hot, very sunny and hot during the day, walking and carrying heavy backpacks. So it's probably hot. It could be cool, not hot, not cold. Probably it will be cool. Not hot, not cold, just kind of warm or cool. And then at night, it could be cold, possibly even a little snow. So that means you have to carry a lot of different kinds of clothes. You have to be ready for hot weather, and you have to be ready for cold weather. So that's it. That's our trip, preparing for our trip. We'll be hiking next week, and then I'll get back. And when I get back, maybe I'll do another commentary about the trip. I'm a little worried about this trip because 6 days going up and down a mountains, more than one, with a heavy backpack, not much food. It's not easy. It could be quite tough. I'm hoping I won't become too tired. I'm hoping I can enjoy it and not suffer too much. But I'll tell you when I get back what happened. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this little listening commentary. I will try to do these sometimes, just talk about interesting experiences in my life. No script, no reading, just casual, regular, normal English. And of course, I will also continue to talk about learning English, learning language, teaching language. That'll be my normal topic. But sometimes I'll do these commentaries too, just for listening practice for more advanced students. Okay, well, have fun, enjoy English. Remember, you gotta enjoy it. If you hate it, if you think it's boring, if you really, really are not having fun, you will learn much more slowly. It's not just my opinion. There's a lot of research about that. So the best thing you can do to learn more quickly is to relax and have more fun with English, with reading and with listening both. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.